Hello, welcome to my garden. I would like to introduce to you my collection of all my Cane Begonias. As you can see, this is my Begonia Tamaya. Actually, I purchased a small plant on February this year, 2020. What has happened here is that I have repotted it. It's actually a small pot. When I got it, it was very small. It was quite tiny. I think this size, I think. I'm not wrong. Quite tiny and smaller than this. I think this size. It was actually planted with using coconut chip, and that's about it. But after a while, it has actually grown huge, and I was quite taken aback by the progress of this particular plant. I want to show to you that it does have this fine furry. Can you see? Wow, I am still amazed. this furry thing, the red, looks mean looking, but it is amazing when it gives that coloration. Let's show you more detail of how is it. It is a bit fragile actually. They can be easily bruised and easily torn off if not been taken care of properly. So what I suggest to you is that keep in a position where you see no touch kind of thing, because it's like it's a fragile kind of stuff. Alright, okay, let's see this side. This is the back portion of the leaf. It also has furs. I was told that you can actually propagate them using this leaf. I have just started, but I'm not sure. I don't see any progress yet, so until then I'll keep you posted. Okay, I'll just show you how big is the plant, so you can see it. Yeah, it's not very tall, but the other thing about this is that I need to put a stick on it to give a support on this. And it's actually spiral kind of thing. The plant is actually spiraling again around the thing. We notice the leaf. So if I were to leave it go, it will actually fall flat on the face, kind of thing. So yeah, you have to put a stick on this. This is a new bud. Yeah, I can see it. All right, okay, this is a new one. Actually, a friend gave me some cuttings. I'm just trying it out and see how. The leaves were actually damaged from the previous owner, but the thing is, she has planted it in a more in a hot open area, and when you come over here with the high humidity, they are slowly adjusting. Okay, I'm going to introduce to you all my Polka Dot begonias. This over here. So this is my priced collection, slowly but surely. This is Maculata wightii, the version which is common to everybody who's having it. And this one is actually a hybrid, Maculata hybrid, with another Japanese cultivar. I will put in the name shortly in this. What I want to mention to you here is that it has a elongated leaf structure, and they also have a very nice white tail. You can see it. Other than that, I was actually told that this white thing here, they actually glow like silver. So I'm not sure you can actually notice it in the camera, maybe the time of the day. But the pattern and the dots, it looks so real, you know, surreal kind of thing. It's like I mean, if I had the time, I would just fake it by painting white dots on the leaf and call it Maculata. Also, the leaf have this particular seashell kind of formation, rounder and more but the thing is it has a ears kind of thing, a bit longer, but other than that the center portion of it has that. This one has, I hope I don't break the leaf, can you see it? Has a red vein kind of thing. It's amazing. Whereas Maculata supposed to have full red, but because mine is in mostly in a high shaded area, so it doesn't really have this it doesn't really manifest itself with the red coloration in the back. Okay, the other one that I actually want to show to you here is this one. This is Albopicta, and it doesn't have any red at the back, it's purely green. And this particular one has a round ear piece. The other two has a sharper one, and then, but this one Albopicta has a rounder, and the wings, it's a bit visible. The dots are uniform, they don't have variation. This particular dot is more oval shaped. You can actually see the silver from this angle. Now I can notice this. Not really. But yeah, it is on the eyes. Okay, coming back to this one, Albopicta. I would say it is quite hardy. I am surprised that it is very resilient. I've actually taken granted of this and was almost dying. I just took some few cuttings of this and replanted it, and actually few cuttings a lot. There's this and this and what else, few others. I'll just find no crook and corner and just poke through. This all this is Albopicta. So far one or two have died, but majority of it sort of survived actually. There's two shoots here. This is the new one actually. If you can look at that, when it grows, the leaf formation is not so strong, but it's focusing on the growth of the stalk. But there, can you see? Can you see it? So this is a new growth, the one that I'm holding, and the older one is this. But what happened here is that I've sticked it up so that it will not touch. One of the things that I noticed that if this particular leaf touch any other surface like the soil or a pot surface, they tend to do this. So they should not touch any surface. They should be freely free from any leaf structure. Anything that holds them or touches them is sort of like causes them to burn down. I think it's because of this humidity and wetness that caused this rot. And this is another one, Lucerna. Let me come there. Yes, I think you can see it more clearly here. This is actually an older leaf, quite spent and burnt out, but this is the new one, is coming out quite beautifully. You can see it. I had a hard time finding out the ID of this one, but I thought it was Coralina, then Lucerna, then Crackling, forgot that one. So, but somehow I say it is the common ones. I would have to say the common ones are easy to handle and take care. This is from a friend which I collected from her garden last year. She's actually shifting back to her country, and she was clearing her garden and she passed this to me. I think I have been having it since last year. It was a small plant and it was actually struggling a lot, really struggled. I think this is the third time that I actually cut and propagated it. If you can notice that this long piece is like deciduous a bit. It really did not pick up, but I hope it will pick up this season of time. If there is a new shoot, it would be great, or else I have to trim this and replant it. One thing about cane begonias here, when they grow too long, they tend to rot at the root stock. So here's one of my worries, is because if this one goes, I don't have any other spares, or none of my friends are having this. Now the thing here is that I know this is not picta or any other hybrid, but basically is that there is a variation of this. I have to yet to see it when they flower. Actually, that's the only way I can actually know. This one is another common begonia, cane begonia. I think the flowers are actually more on the orangey notes, orange red tones, but more on orange. And again, I've noticed that when I actually got them, they do not have these spots on them, but because they are in this place, they started to have these nice little spots on the leaf. You see it? So I must mention to you that I actually have repotted all of them so that they'll grow better. Now they'll be like spanning here and spanning there, and accidentally I might snap them while watering the garden. This is the picta that I was talking about, which I actually planted everywhere. Okay, there's another one. This one was given to me a friend also. It's actually a cutting. Castaway, if I'm not wrong. They too actually have this white spots on the leaf. I think I'll show you another one which is more clearer to see. That is one. If you look at this, I was thinking that it was totally a different breed. The leaves were a bit darker, but when I realized that the same plant was given to me by a friend, this one, this is actually exposed in full sun in her garden. She gave me a cutting. Both actually are the same plant, but they have morphed. One is because in the hot sun and one is in the shade. This is all like curled up and burnt because it was a condition that was over there, and I think slowly is trying to adjust itself here. I hope it picks up, but I will only know when the new leaves start to create. The other thing I noticed about begonias here is that when you plant them, their time span is something similar, like a week will be something like a day, and so if you were to consider it like a month, and the plants survive, so it takes about a month for them to actually grow their roots. Then within 4 to 5 months you can actually see them, whether they survive and they're growing. If they don't survive, then the reality here is that they are not doing well. The last one that I want to show to you here is this one. I just collected this from my friend also. She gave me two cuttings of it, and amazingly, this particular one, where the dots are, it's sort of like the leaf. It's the dots are embedded on the leaf, unlike others. You can see, unlike other begonias, this one is a bit unique. What I was told that this, when my friend purchased this, she was told that this was Begonia Tamaya. I was actually a bit skeptical about the idea of begonias being Tamaya, because the reality here is that just like bonsai, any species you can make into any tree species you can turn into a bonsai. So similarly, Tamaya is something like that when you do for cane begonias, especially Albopicta species. So I'm suspecting that the reality of it is that this particular plant, Tamaya does not denote the species name, rather the way or the condition of how you plant it, the standardization of planting a plant. So time will tell when I figure out what are their actual names. But as for now, my focus here is that to consider them, to grow and to see how they fare, because the reality here is that after some time, about 6 months or so, they tend to die away, and if proper care is not given to them, they may die. This is the one, also Lucerna. It was the other side of the garden actually, and it was doing very badly, so I removed it here. And if you can notice it, the stalk has become so deciduous. It dropped all the leaves, but the hope here is that there is a new stalk, a new leaf is coming over here. So time will tell how. As I mentioned to you that these begonias are not for beginner, and of course cane begonias are much more hardier compared to other begonias, but they can easily die in one day. So my suggestion here is that if they grow bigger and you have the heart, do trim and propagate them as pairs, because they are expensive, and the reality here is that if they die and you really love them and you're going to constantly buy them, it's going to take some time and it's going to be costly. So propagating them when they're doing well, or when they give out new shoots that comes out at the side, it'll do good to have spares. But looking at my plant here, there is no new shoots coming out in any of them. So the reality of replanting is challenging, except for this one, as I mentioned to you earlier, that I just planted a lot of it just for spares, knowing that they can just die in a day or so. Alright, thank you so much. I will update you with other of my begonia collection. I hope you enjoy this particular collection, or what I currently have, what I will actually call this as my begonia dot collection. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much.